Hello, my crafty friends. It's Ellie from Periwinkle Matilda, and we're going to attempt to make the Scrappy box on camera. I think that I've probably planned a little too much because I want to make a bigger box, but it's going to be hard to get on camera, so we'll see how this video turns out, if I can get it all on screen. But this is the smaller box that I made to hold all of my little bits and pieces and laces and doilies and things. And now I need a bigger box so that I can hold my bigger materials that I'm going to be using for the Pound Roxy's Journal of Stitchery. So if you haven't already gone over to Roxy's Creations YouTube channel, if you go over there, and I will put a link in the description box below, Rachel and her sister Sarah and her mom are going to be conducting this Journal of Stitchery. It is a slow stitch project for 2002. It's going to be for 2 months, but it actually will start this Wednesday where they will be showing us the sample stitches. So anyway, this is a Scrappy box that I'm going to hold all my things for that project. And so what I've done to make things a little quicker and easier for the video, I've gone ahead and I've cut out all of my cardboard. This is just cardboard I get at Costco free. My cardboard sides, my bottom, and my top. And then I picked a fabric that I thought would go well for the box, and a fabric that I had enough of, but I didn't really have enough of, so you'll see why I'm doing 2 different fabrics. But I cut those pieces out, bigger than my sides. And then the measurements that I'm using for the bottom is 18 inches by 13.5 inches. So it's going to be a pretty big box. And the sides, I haven't measured the sides yet. Let me see if I can even find my ruler. I think it's hiding under everything. Here it is. And so I'm doing almost 7 inches high. So I went ahead and I did 4 of these side pieces, 4 of these side pieces, and a duplicate for the top. But on the top I made the front of this side of the top just a tiny bit bigger, so that it would kind of sit over top. Here, I'll show you. And actually I made this one sit over top, I think, a little bit bigger than what I did for this one, but I think when I add this hinge, I think it lengthens it. So you just want it just a little bit bigger than the bottom. Okay, and also you don't have to be exact in how straight your pieces are. Get them as straight as you can, but like with these big ones, it's kind of hard to cut it, to get it exactly level. But when you wrap especially thick material over, it's very forgiving and it ends up being straight and fine. So let's get started. And I think I'll work on the bottom first. I'll remove the top here that's underneath. And you want to make sure that your gun is very hot, because if the glue hasn't melted really well, if it's not really runny, if it's thicker, depending on the material that you're using, it might show through the fabric. But what I'm going to do is figure out how I want my fabric, figure out what is the right side. So this is the wrong side. And I made this a little bit too big, but that's okay. It'll be just fine. I might make it just a little bit shorter on this side. You just want maybe 1.5 to 2 inches to wrap around. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I am going to put glue down on here, flip it over, and attach it. So let's see how this works, and I hope my glue is hot enough. We will find out. You got to be really fast because the glue does dry, especially right now when things are cold. Just lay it down. Flatten it out as best you can. I'll probably add a little bit more, and you can just start with the middle. We'll do that on the next one. Put a little bit on the middle and then work your way out. That's probably better to do it that way. And also I need my spatula. Let me see what I did with it. Here it is. I'm going to need this to help me so I don't burn myself on the corners and such. So I hope everyone's having a great Sunday. I woke up to frost everywhere, but it looks like it stopped raining, which is nice. Today I will be running my errands. Yesterday I didn't feel great, so my usual Saturday errands that I run, I didn't, so I'll be doing that today. You don't have to really get it down that great, because when you flip it over to the other side, it's going to really secure it anyway. So you probably don't have to get glue all the way to the end like this. And then what I do, let's see if I can get this in camera. I'll try to do it up here. I'll do this one in frame, and then the others I might not be able to. But I just gather the corners like this and snip it like that. I just find it's the quickest way to get that corner, but you don't have to do it that way. You can do it just regular cutting in. I think I can get this in frame. I'll do the other two off frame. This is a real fun project, and I think it makes a nice presentation for your textiles. Just something fun and pretty to keep your material in. Okay, so, well, start off with the middle. Do the other long side. If you do a little bit at a time, this makes it easier. Then the corner. I'll put a little bit in the corner. Push it down with my spatula. And I'm running out of glue, and that's the thing. It's good if you have long pieces of glue, because long glue sticks, because it does use a lot of glue, as everything else we do uses so much glue. Okay, I'll just put a little bit of glue under here and here. So I would suggest that you start off with the small box first, and then do the larger box, because the larger box is more awkward to do. This one I didn't really pull enough for the corners, and that's okay. And then what I do is I go around the perimeter and I make sure everything's glued down really well, because when you put the next piece over top, you want it to be able to stay and lay flat. See if I can do this without burning myself. So I'll probably be doing this video in 2 parts. The first part I will glue down a few of these pieces on camera so you can do it along with me, and then I'll do the rest off camera today, and then the next video we'll assemble the box. So if you haven't already subscribed, make sure that you subscribe, hit the bell so that you'll be notified of all the videos that are coming up. And also, we're coming up on 1,000 subscribers, and I'm so excited about that because we're going to have a big giveaway. Haven't quite decided what the prize is going to be, but I think it's going to be a journal, so stay tuned for that. We're getting close. So I'm just making sure everything's tidy and glued down. And this is just a makeup spatula. I think Dollar Trees sell it, except on my island, Dollar Tree doesn't. So I ordered it from Amazon, I think. Okay, I think I got all the ends. Just gonna cut this. All right, so now I've cut another piece of material. And again, this is a Scrappy box. So don't go out and buy anything, just use your scraps. Just going to cut this down a little bit. And we're going to glue it down. I'll start with the middle. Flatten it down real good. Smush that glue. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm running out of glue here. The glue does kind of show through with some materials, so you can use Fabri-Tac if you want. I just like using the hot glue for this because it's fast, it dries fast, and also I didn't want to warp my cardboard with it getting wet, although Fabri-Tac wouldn't do that. But you will need the hot glue in the next video to attach the pieces together. You will need hot glue for that. For that, you can't use Fabri-Tac, I don't think. It would not be very easy to attach the pieces with Fabri-Tac. You want something more sturdy like the hot glue. Okay. You want to make sure that all your ends are down real good. Okay, so that is the bottom. I'll probably have my bottom like this with this showing. Okay, so that's one piece. You can just do the same thing with all the others. Do another one with you guys. Straighten this a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's going to be covered up. And that's my right side. So I think I will add a little bit to the center. Here, I'll do it this way. With my cat getting on that one piece that I wrapped. They love getting into new things. Anything that looks new and exciting. pushing it down as flat as I can. And I'll flip it over. Let's see. Yeah, it's stuck down good. Sorry about that, guys. I'm just so excited to start slow stitching. I did a little embroidery, just goofing around, I think, as a younger girl. So I'm looking forward to really learning how to do all the stitches. I think it's going to be so much fun. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit in the corner here. Do this corner. By the time you're done this box, you'll be an expert at corners. It's gotten so much easier. I like to get the corners down real good. Okay, then I'm going to check all the ends here and make sure it's all down nice and flat. Make sure the corners are down good. Okay, I think that's good. I'm going to cut all these little frayed ends. If you use thick material, you don't need to worry about the little ends, but because my material's very thin, I'm going to cut it. Okay, so I've cut my piece. That looks good, but I think I'm going to just cut it down a little bit here. Right. Start with middle. I'm going to need more glue. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around all the outside perimeter edges, make sure they're glued down. I'm going to do this for all my pieces. And then the next video, we will assemble the box. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope that you will craft along. And until next video, stay safe, be well, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye, friends.